Medical industry is changing fast. Technology is driving tremendous amount of innovation, leading to interconnected medical devices. This is called Internet of Medical Things. According to a 2018 report from Deloitte Consulting, the market for these devices is projected to grow from about 15 billion in 2017 to over 50 billion in 2022. That's a pretty impressive growth rate in a matter of only 5 years. Good news? Well, the road ahead is not so easy. Hello and welcome. I'm Naveen Agarwal and I help medical companies build safe products through a quality management system that's not only compliant, but also agile and focused on the needs of patients and doctors. So call me and email me with your questions and let me know how I can help you. One challenge confronting the medical device industry when it comes to interconnected medical devices is that the regulatory pathway is still not quite clear. The technology is so new that there aren't too many predicate devices you can use for the 510(k) pathway. And chances are that you will have to go through the de novo process where requirements are still emerging on a case-by-case basis. FDA has issued a guidance document about design considerations and requirements for pre-market submission for interoperable devices. This is a good step forward because it offers you an insight into the agency's thinking and their recommendations. In this video, I will provide a very high-level overview of these recommendations. And the idea here is to be aware of these recommendations and promote the spirit of collaboration between your quality professionals and regulatory affairs professional right from the start, so you can plan ahead and be more successful throughout your development process and during the submission review with the FDA. So let's look into the key areas of focus in this guidance from the FDA. There are 6 key areas of focus in this guidance, and these are electronic interfaces, anticipated users, risk management, design verification and validation, labeling, and consensus standards. In many ways, they are related to each other. And in this video, I will briefly discuss some of the key points in each of these areas. Compared to the medical devices that we know of, interconnected medical devices have many interfaces. And these interfaces could be either through a hardware connection or through a wireless connection. And the reason why they are so powerful is because they are able to exchange information from one or more devices and take timely action and offer a complete solution for the patient. But because of these interfaces now, there is a lot more importance on understanding what these interfaces are, what is their purpose, and what are their unique functionalities. We need to be able to define that upfront in as much detail as possible. Who are the users that will be interacting with the interoperable device through these interfaces? And there can be a lot more users than just the patient and the doctor. They can be clinicians, hospital staff, system integrators, IT professionals, researchers, and others. We have to be able to define each of these users that we anticipate interacting with our device, their roles, and immediately talk about potential use and misuse scenarios that may be caused by these interactions. Therefore, risk analysis now becomes even more important and needs to be more comprehensive from a use scenario perspective. The requirements for the design and development process, specifically around design inputs, should be driven by this risk analysis, and the quality of your risk analysis will completely determine the quality of the design process. The complexity, the level of detail that you need in your design verification and validation will be determined by the amount and the type of risk analysis that's done upfront. Now, let me also mention that it's not a one and done thing. Risk analysis should evolve during the design process itself. But the better job you can do upfront, the more likely you are to succeed in your design process and through the submission process. Labeling is very important, and it must outline details about the electronic interfaces and related precautions and warnings. It's important to realize that the devices that an interoperable device will interface with may evolve over time. They may come from different manufacturers, and there may be no way you can come up with a very detailed requirement analysis right up front. You will need to keep an eye on it as they evolve. So definitely the post-market surveillance process becomes very important. Finally, FDA has recognized many consensus standards applicable for interoperable devices. But unlike the consumer electronics industry, where these standards have reached a certain level of maturity because of the way the market has gone, this is not the case for medical devices. So expect a lot more changes and a lot more evolution of these standards over time. But keep an eye on the consensus standards on FDA's website and what new standards are emerging in this area. The FDA guidance has a lot more details, and I encourage you to download it from the FDA's website and review it. This video provides only a very high-level perspective, and the intent is to make you aware of some of the key areas of focus in this guidance. So in conclusion, we understand that interoperability offers a huge opportunity for innovation and growth in medical device industry. But there are significant challenges, including the evolving regulatory policy for these devices. The 6 areas of focus that you should be thinking about are electronic interfaces, anticipated users, risk management, design verification and validation, labeling, and consensus standards. Thank you for your interest and attention. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. You can also visit my website www.exceedqm.com to learn more about this topic. There's an article on my blog that goes into a lot more detail and offers more specific guidance. Sign up for my monthly newsletter. It takes only 15 minutes to stay current with industry and regulatory news, and it's absolutely free.